Hello everybody, this is Undead Viking coming to you with another one of my video reviews. The game I am going to be reviewing isn't exactly a game, it's an expansion today. But it is an expansion to this game, Catacombs. This is a kind of an independent publisher by Sands of Time Games. Catacombs last year was one of my favorite games. It was one of those games that, like, when you found out exactly what it was about, a dexterity game, but was a dungeon crawler, on one side you're like, wow, that is like the coolest idea I've ever heard. And on the other side you're like, why didn't I think of that? You know, it was kind of one of those things where it just seemed to work really well. Instead of having to, just having a game, like Crokinole, which is a fun game, flicking little discs around, all of a sudden now it was like, oh, you're scouting out a dungeon and you're trying to find this big bad monster to kill it and stuff like that. And that was, it was really, really cool. And it's a game that, it's a team game, a bunch of people against one person, but you can play with two people. And it's one of the games that, for me, is one of the most fun games I own. And so when I heard that they were coming out with an expansion, and I did a review of Catacombs, it's a written review actually, so you can find that way back in the past. When I did my review, I remember mentioning or thinking to myself, this is a game that making an expansion for it would be so easy. All you need is like more discs or more monsters or another board or something like that. And you don't really have to mess with the game itself. You can just put out more of stuff, to expand on it, make it cooler, make it more neat. Make it more modular for the person who owns it. Make bigger dungeons with more monsters and things like that. So the creators of the game, of this expansion as well, were kind enough to send me a copy, and I was super excited to get that. And I played it several times with my friends, and now I'm going to kind of tell you what the expansion adds to the game. I'm not really going to go over the mechanics of the game because one, I've done that in a written form, and you can check out my review. And also other people have done video reviews of it, and you can scout those out, and you can really see how you're flicking the things around and using the different size discs to represent either the person that's making a melee attack or somebody shooting a bow and things like that. And you can see how the game works. What I'm going to do is I'm going to show you what this expansion here, the Cavern of Soloth, adds to the game, and then I'm going to tell you what I think of it. All right, so let's do that. Here we go.